Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, but most accurate rising. You're going to have an earnings increase, earnings momentum, and a learning intensity, maybe even like literally taking courses, but we'll see. During the month of September 2023, it's going to be really a good time for you, especially when it comes to your finances, but also to kind of a feeling that the gains from your career are exploding. You're really up leveling financially through the work career space. And that's true for, by the way, the next almost 2 years for you, but it's definitely starting up in earnest in September. So let's talk, Cancer, about some of the stories for you in the month ahead. And we're going to go into great detail. But before we begin, if you are new to my channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Lori Lothe, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. I also love the minor asteroids, and you're going to learn about those devils in the details of my 20 to 30 videos that I put out every month on my channel. And all you have to do is subscribe and hit that notification bell not to miss all of that great all signs content. I'm also doing 2 quickie promotions this month, so bear with me. This is part of my business. I'll share those with you very quickly. You want a healing with a magical, amazing, truly gifted healer, like of the level of, incredible miracles. Her name is Nancy Lynn. She's my sister. And basically healingwithnancylynn.com, and a code for you guys, August 3rd, August 20th or so to the end of September is fall 15. Go to her website, check my description box for details, and see if you want to book a distance healing. She's amazing, but all those spots will fill very quickly. So if you're interested, you better jump on it. I can't guarantee they'll be there by like the middle of September. They'll be all gone. Second of all, I have a Patreon community for $5 a month. You get ad-free early access content. Please check it out because I have a promotion. If you want to sign up for Patreon and get a couple meetings a month with me, get discount codes on readings, but my lure to have you give me a try is 3 gifts. My 2024 All Signs videos for free, 12 videos, 60 minutes each, was $44 for sale. My Are You My Person class that I'm teaching in September, and Chiron, the Key to Purpose. One's about relationship astrology, the other one's about purpose in using Chiron as a marker. And those 2 classes will be replay free for you, no cost, if you sign up for my Patreon community. Of course, those classes won't be given to you until September because I have to teach them at the end of August, but they're yours for just giving my Patreon community a try. All right, let's get going and start all signs, your sign. So Cancer, let's talk about why this is such a good time for you on the financial front. Venus has been moving since June, early June, and will complete around, I think, October 7th, her journey through your second house of financial well-being. It is where you earn money and have possessions and allow cash to flow to you. And Venus has never spent 4 months here in anyone's lifetime. She started spending more time in Leo in 1987 for her conjunction with the sun. Now, there is a reset here of pretty big magnitude, August the 13th, as there was a cazimi in a Venus in your second house as she retrograded into the heart of the sun. But you can also note that it's going to be September 4th that she moves into direct motion. And that means that some of this deeper sort of reorientation around your values around money, your orientation toward earnings, your ability to attract successful opportunities to earn more money has a new forward direction and momentum starting on September 4th. At a practical note, applying for a job, going for an interview, setting up, different rates for your services are all sanctioned September 4th onward, with the North Node moving through your 10th house through to January of 2025. You're also expanding the money you make through your career and reputation zone, not just money that comes to you because you sell all your furniture. No. Also, Venus is telling you to really look at what you value. What are the luxuries and pleasures of life that you truly value? Because as she moves direct, you're now equipped here, September 4th to the end of the month, to really begin to own your own desires and preferences. And you may pick and choose, but there will be the opportunity perhaps for you to access this new value structure and buy something for your home specifically. We'll talk about that later when, that you really want and treasure and that really brings your heart alive. So we'll talk about the dates for that potential purchase, but things look really good financially September 4th onward. The other thing we might want to note here is that you're going to experience a little bit of a turnaround with Mercury moving direct in your 3rd house on September 15th. That can sanction travel But before we get to that, let's talk about this story of Mercury has not been in 2 month stay. Okay, July 28th to October the 4th this time. He hasn't done a 2 month stay in your third house of siblings, cousins, travel and learning and online world stuff since 2016. Same time of year. And therefore, this elemental earth year of Mercury is back. So roughly every 7 years, you get such intensity in this earth house, right? Now, this can really deeply reconnect you with siblings, especially a younger sibling, and really put the two of you together in a new way. If you have writing projects you wish to be doing and you haven't been doing them, you're all the writing juice you need. Mercury is the writer in Virgo. Right now, you could revise, reassess your website design, your social media stuff, redo that when he's retrograde, which is basically August 23rd to September the 15th. But then when he goes direct September 15th, time to sign up for that course, launch that website, send that book out to an agent, editor, publisher, take that trip to visit a sibling, let that sibling visit you. All of those things are all systems go. Yes, they are on September the 15th to the end of the month. In the meantime, when he's retrograde, in those first 2 weeks of September, look for magic, synchronicity, omens, importance. This is a house of the goddess, and this is where, especially when the moon gets in there, because there's going to be a new moon there and the moon's in her joy. So around September 13th, 14th, there's a huge amount of power in your sky around tuning into this reset button on third house matters of a new moon, but also of the synchronicity, magic, omens, because the house of the goddess is good for that stuff. And so is Mercury. So look for those feathers on your doorstep and those synchronicities and those uncanny coincidences to pick up a lot of intensity in the middle of September. The other thing we might want to address is Jupiter turning in retrograde. He will do that the same day Venus stations direct, which is the 4th of September. Jupiter is going to go backwards for 4 months until December the 3rd in your 11th house of good spirit. Now, that's a positive fairy godfather house or godmother, and Jupiter is in his joy up there. So it's a very good energy. He's going to be up there in your 11th house until the end of May next year. And he got there in the middle of May this year. And what does it mean? It means you're opening up bigger expansion and growth and prosperity and luck and profits as great gains from your career begin to amass, or your purpose or your work you do in the world from your 10th house. And also people in power, elder sibling, for example, my sister are going to benefit you financially, especially. Now, my sister is my social media assistant, back-end helper, and I pay her for that, right? And that just started as Jupiter really getting up level as Jupiter entered in May into her 11th house. But people who act like big sisters or big brothers to you, friends who want to help you with as being a benefactor, an ally, a patron, favors from friends, is very much apt to happen until the end of May next year. And this is going to be Mercury now saying, well, I'm giving you all this stuff. This is really good. I'm in my joy. I'm expanding, but I'm now retrograding. So September 4th to December 3rd. And retrograde here can really be quite subtle. I just want to say, well, it's not super subtle, flows to your ascendant, but you're going to go in deeper. You're going to go in much deeper into something that really matters to you around your wishes and dreams and goals and hopes and bucket lists for your life. Because Jupiter is wisdom, and this is a house of our forward momentum and our longer range plans that we hope to achieve. And so as he goes back as a god of wisdom and truth, you're really going to say, is this truly what I want? Is this a wish that's I want to fulfill? Because when he's the fairy godfather, or a genie in a bottle, take your pick, Santa Claus with presents for ho, 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 good girls and boys. When he goes direct December 3rd through to the 3rd week of May, he's going to deliver the goods. So get your wish list in order is what I'm saying. And you begin to start thinking about that September 4th, what you really value, want, and desire as a longer term goal and dream for your life. Old friends from the past who are wise or supportive can come out of the woodwork and return to you as well, beginning September 4th to December 3rd. We'll do a whole video on this. So subscribe to my channel and you'll get all the details then, which I'll be putting a video out in September for all signs, obviously, because this Jupiter retrograde has a lot of juice in it. It's very, very significant, and there's qualities that are very rare about it, especially when we factor in the Pluto factor next year. All right, moving on. Mars, god of change, directions, war, endings, cutting, severing, conflict, momentum and passion. Good for all those stuff. Mars is moving into Libra on the 27th of August. So all of September, he's going through Libra in your sky. And your Libra part of your sky is your home. It's like where you live. It's your land you're standing on. It's the home, the hometown, the homeland, your apartment, your house, your domestic private life, your mother maybe, family of origin, childhood matters. Now, Mars here can cause conflict in the home. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you may have some arguments with your children, with your spouse, or whoever lives with you, your roommates. So be careful here. September can definitely have flashpoints for disagreements in the home and domestic life, strife at home. Especially given that Mars is in Libra, which is not his strong point. That's where he's out of dignity, right? And he's not feeling so well because really he's more passive aggressive when he's in Libra. Like he wants to keep the peace just because it's Venus's sign, but he doesn't really like that. He wants to fight. So he can be very coercive, manipulative, or passive aggressive in the way there is aggression displayed in your home life. On a practical note, carpentry or cutting or sawing or fixing your home or a room in your home can definitely be a sanctioned thing to do. All right. And you can definitely make beautiful changes to your home between September 24th and 29th when Venus applies a sextile to Mars from your second house of money. You have the money you need and resources you need all at once to do those home renos you've always wanted to do. But this is also where you can spend money more wisely in and from the home or buy a possession that you truly love, which I mentioned earlier, for your home. The beautiful desk you always wanted, the ideal sofa, the refrigerator that you dreamed of having. I mean, go for it. So September 24th to 29th, those kinds of things have a glow up. Watch for injuries in the home. Mars here is like, I cut my finger when I was chopping dinner. I tripped on my doorstep. Be careful for accidents in the home when Mars is here, minus the glow up of the 24th to the 29th. Otherwise, just be a little bit more cautious about your self and others in the home injuring themselves. The South Node is here, and that tends to indicate that until 25 January 2025, you may let go of a home, sell a home, release a home, end a home, let go of a home. And Mars is here, and he may say, well, let's renovate it so we get it ready for sale. For some of you Cancer risings, especially, that will be more true. Traveling from your home. So if you want to go on a trip, Mars here often means I'm traveling from my home, like away from home. And so travel in September away from home could very well happen, especially with Mercury in your third house. Mercury is a protector of travelers. He likes the idea of travel, shorter distance travel, maybe to see a sibling could happen in the month of September. If it's before September 15th, you're traveling to a place you've been before. If it's after, it could be somewhere fresh and new, or planning the trip at the very least. Now we're going to go to talk about the two moons, but not in depth. There's two lunations in this month, September 14th, a new moon in Virgo, September 29th, a full moon in Aries. Okay. Now the new moon in the sign of Virgo, all right, is in that third house with siblings and travel and skills-based education. I meant to mention that. So I think I might've missed the Mercury story. So Mercury has been in your third house since July 28th to October the 4th. And that's rare. It was back in 2016 that he spent that much time in your third house. Now, this could be a deepening of connections with extended family, siblings, or cousins. This could also be a lot of communication with them, especially a younger sibling. It all could be a revising or developing of your website or writing projects. This is all very deepened, right? But Mercury moving into direct motion on the 15th makes for a huge amount of momentum in that area of your sky, a lot of go for it energy. But there's a new moon here too. And on September 14th, that new moon could be really auspicious. I did mention it earlier because the moon is in her joy. And that new moon has a kind of ebullience and effervescence for you. It's a real auspicious feeling of starting something new, especially if your sun, moon, or rising is within 3 degrees below, like, let's say 17 to 24 degrees of Cancer. You get a lot of love from this new moon. It's an auspicious new beginning that could take 6 months to unfold, that will open up new corridors of opportunity to do with greater gains from your career as it connects to the online world, sibling connections, travel, or education. You may launch a course to teach. You may start learning something that allows you to succeed in your career. And when I say new moon, people get stuck. It's like, oh, it's not just the new moon on September 14th. Add 2 weeks, yes, but add 6 months because a new moon will fruit as a full moon 6 months later. So it's not just a 2-week story. But this is a very powerful one because of a Kazemi happening here this month as well. So we'll talk about that as we move next into the sequential order. Just know with that full moon on the end of the month in your 10th house of career, you may end a certain career path or leave a job or change a way of working or come to a full ending on some full stop ending in some way that you achieve career success, especially if your Cancer sun, moon, or rising is within 3 to 9 degrees of Cancer. Okay, let's go through the chronological order of the month. Are we ready? I am. Am I even looking at you guys? So I got the chart in front of me. Okay, so number one. We'll start off by talking about on the good news vibe of Mercury, the god of news, trining Jupiter, the god of goodness, on September 3rd and 4th. So Mercury in your house of siblings, Jupiter in your house of the elder sibling. You could just say a sibling, one of your siblings has amazingly good news September 3rd, or you benefit greatly from a sibling in your financial gains September 3rd and 4th. That's all. It's a lovely little boost, a lovely little glow up, but also it could be a friend or an ally or benefactor helps you with a writing project, or you have some trip opportunity emerging from a friend with a friend or a sibling. Something sweet and good is vibing on September 3rd, 4th, but Mercury's retrograde, so it's not all that much a surprise. Okay, you kind of saw it coming, I would say. The Kazemi of Mercury in the heart of the sun, September the 6th, is such a positive energy for resetting a button here. And you can only do this like last time you reset a button here with a Kazemi was, I think, 2016. So you're resetting a relationship with a sibling, a cousin, a learning path, a traveling path, something to do with your online world, your websites, you know, your social media platforms, something to do with writing projects. So new beginnings, resets September 6th, but also divine downloads, insights, ahas, new ideas. You want to come to my Mercury Kazemi webinar, I'll put the link in the description box. It's free. We do a deep dive into it with a slideshow, but also a guided meditation that helps you actually harness this energy. I won't do it September 6th most likely, but I may, usually a day before. So come join sign up for that webinar. It's free. Why not? There's a replay after. On September 15th to the 18th, the sun will trine Uranus. Now, this is exciting, a sudden, unexpected perhaps, but also positive. Sun, solar energy, right, on the 15th. And don't forget, we just had that new moon on the 14th. So it's a kind of a new moon, sun trine Uranus. It kind of is like, what is this purpose energy that you're really activating in a new, fresh way, because there's a new moon here, but also unexpected surprises. And it's coming from the surprise, and it's coming from your house of great gains, from your career, a raise, a promotion, an opportunity, a blessing from a friend or a sibling, a wish come true, to do with purpose as it applies to writing, traveling, online world, communicating and teaching. And I can't see anything negative here. Again, it could even be a surprise opportunity for a trip, and not too far away though. But at the same time, September 15th to the 18th, we have Venus squaring Jupiter. Now, Venus is in the house of your values and earnings, and she is now in direct motion as of that time. And so she's moving forward on older stories, and she's in her last of 3 squares to Jupiter. And Jupiter keeps going, up here in Venus's eyes, I want to help you. And Venus is like, damn it, get with the program. Jupiter in the house of your wishes and dreams and great gains from your career. And even pennies from heaven is squaring Venus in the earnings house. And, Venus wants to create beautiful financial glow up for you. And she's trying to pull it off during the whole month of September. And then Jupiter's like, and they're having a dispute. Well, I don't know. It can be that you get so much money from a sibling, or you even win some money or something, that all of a sudden your mojo for hustle is going to go downhill. But look, sit with what you truly value here in your, not just in your money, but in why you're making money, because that's what Venus is trying to show you. So it's a micro glitch, even just a dispute with a sibling, elder especially, around money could happen in that little tight window of time, September 15th to the 18th, or with a friend, or with somebody in a larger social group. September 20th to the 22nd, there's going to be a positive flow between the sun and Pluto. Pluto, finishing a Capricorn story that started in 2008, is in your marriage house. You are Cancer rising, especially. You've had a lot of turbulence in your significant marriage type relationships and business partnerships since 2008. Whew, it's almost done. Late degree Cancers are getting the last wind of this. So 25 to 29 Cap, you've had over the last 3 or 4 years and into the next year or so, some of this tension. With this energy though, there's a glow up. So the sun in the house of travel, trining Pluto in the house of significant relationships, an opportunity to travel with a business partner, with a significant friendship, with your love partner, to learn with them, to experience something positive with them through communication. But there's an opposition to Pluto from the sun in the ninth house. So that's like the foreign lands house, for example. There could be a disillusionment or dispelling of a fog around visas, travel opportunities to foreign countries, or even spiritual philosophy and belief as you kind of crash a little bit on the shores of realism, especially with Saturn up there with Jupiter. But on this other hand, there's power in the twosome, power in your marriage, power in your business partnership alliances that is helping you come to terms with the Sun Jupiter opposition. I mean, Sun Neptune. Sun Neptune can be like the good father archetype, and yet it's an opposition. So it's the gnarly father. A patriarchal figure could be causing conflict, someone in charge, a third marriage partner even, and Pluto's trying to find a negotiation deal or contract. Now, at a practical level, the ninth house is book publishing. Pluto's in the house of legal vows and contracts. Sun's in the house of writing. There may be a kind of a possibility for contractual negotiations around a book publishing deal, for example, during this window of September 2022, but be careful that you're not rose-colored glasses, the fog. Make sure you get a second pair of eyes on what's being offered to you, for example. September 24th to 29th is that glow up. I talked about it already. That's Venus sextile Saturn. Yay. I'm at Mars, fourth house, home, private life, traveling from home, money, earnings, possessions, money to buy something for the home, to renovate the home. All of those are things are to smooth out conflicts in the home through positive and charming speech that you can have September 24th to the 29th. Mars rules the house of children, your Scorpio house. So watch too that if you're having disputes in the house, it's with a child or children perhaps if they live at home. And this is going to be a time to work out a deal, negotiate peace, and fix the problem September 24th to the 29th. Next, we also, and a child may want to move out of the home, and maybe you guys aren't so sure about it. On September 29th to the 30th, we have two things happening. We have Venus squaring Uranus. Well, Mercury is trining Uranus. So Uranus is the central point. So Uranus is with Jupiter in your 11th house of good spirit. Jupiter is joy, Santa Claus, good things happen here, benefits, allies, great gains, wishes come true, windfalls even. And certainly with Jupiter and Uranus, some of you will have some windfalls by the time the story ends at the end of next May, if you are Cancer rising. But go back to August 23rd or so, and there was an attempt by Mercury to do what he's going to do on the 29th and 30th, but couldn't pull it off. So what it is that Mercury, right, moving through your third house of siblings, and is in a trine to a house of an elder sibling, or you can say Mercury going through your third house of travel or online world or selling and marketing, communicating and websites and learning, okay, is going to be met with surprising energy from the 11th house. It can be a sudden gain through your online world, financially, a sudden opportunity coming through an elder sibling that you didn't see coming necessarily, but you sort of felt maybe it was going to be there August 23rd, but hindsight's 2020. But at the same time, Venus is squaring Uranus. Now, Venus squaring Uranus. Venus has values in the second house. She's like all about what do you value? What do you desire that you value? What's in alignment with your values? What's your self-worth looking at? But it's not in alignment with Uranus and the sudden surprise. So this is a tricky one. I've been really trying to get this right for people. It's like Venus is like trying to come into the heart's desire with that Leo 4-month stay. And what do you truly value? In your case, it's around money, net worth. And yet there's a surprising sudden opportunity from a friend, an ally, an elder sibling, or a chance for some great gain. And yet you're maybe questioning it. Your values, Venus is questioning it. So there's always a middle ground in every situation. Find it. It's not either or. It's not baby bathwater. You can also be in alignment with your values and take this incredibly yay opportunity that seems to be coming your way. Now we're going to pick a card from the Dragon Path Oracle that my sister Nancy has. HealingWithNancyLynn.com. Fall, FALL, caps 15% off for a distance healing with her, remote healing. She's amazing. She's miraculous, and those spots will fill. I hope you don't hear this after they're all gone, but trust me, she stopped pain in my body instantly. She got me through COVID, and I was like jumping out of bed on day 3 after excruciating head pain last September. She's a miracle worker. These are her cards. I'm going to draw for every sign one Dragon Path message for the month of September. Okay, except I forgot Pisces. Ooh, Soul Guardian, Soul Guardian. So that's your card, and it's card number 29. Thank God I know my Roman numerals. 29. Let's get that 29 for you. And hey, join my Patreon community, ad-free early access, $5 a month, a meeting every month with me, discounts on all my readings. And if you join in the month this time, August 20th or so to end of September, you're going to get a bunch of gifts from me. 2 courses on relationship astrology, finding your purpose, and also my all signs 60-minute videos times 12 for free. That's a bribe, guys. It's called an ethical bribe. 29. I'm coming to 29. I'm sorry, it's taking me forever. 20, 29. Here we go. Maybe. Nope. 28. Here we go. A guardian. So this is a guardian dragon. There's different kinds of dragons. This is a guardian. If your soul guardian dragon has arrived in your cards for the month of September, Cancer, he's telling you it's time has come to begin to piece your soul back together and to recall all the missing parts so that you can complete the amazing picture and reveal yourself in all magnificence as a living being. He says, all you need to do, Cancer, is ask and I will guide your way. You are a spiritual warrior, but you must learn to listen to your own inner guidance. I will always be beside you as you follow your path. And in the beginning, it talks about the dragon being the keeper of all memories. And as you pass through each lifetime, your human body and mind have a need to protect themselves from those memories, even traumas from birth. So a small piece of your soul then contracts to protect itself. That's very shamanic, right? That's like soul retrieval work. So you got a bit of a soul retrieval dragon helping you out in the month of September, Cancer. Bless you. Have a wonderful month. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss one of my 20 to 30 videos that I put out, all signs content every single month. I am very active here. Ciao, ciao.